Again, this is a historic administration. I'm a historic figure.
Eggs, milk, seafood products, all the important groceries, those costs have gone down because of what this president has been able to do. And with that, thank you so much, Mark. Have an amazing, amazing day.
Wow.
And she hung up.
Wow. I'm going to play a clip with you on the line here because I think this is really great. You had an interview with Karine Jean-Pierre.
Yes.
And the purpose of the interview was to get people hyped for a visit with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden to Raleigh?
That's exactly right. They reached out and said, would you like to interview Karine Jean-Pierre? She would like to talk about the president's visit to Raleigh. So I said, sure.
All right. We've got the abbreviated version of this, and let's give it a little listen.
Some of the latest numbers show 72% of voters here are really worried about the president's mental competence, and one poll last week said that was 46% of Democrats. How does the president overcome that?
Well, I would point everyone to the State of the Union, where the president gave an incredible speech about his vision for the American people, and he spoke for 75 minutes and laid out a powerful remarks on how he sees us moving forward with healthcare, lowering costs for healthcare, and how important that is to millions of Americans, including North Carolinians. And that's why he and the vice president are going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, where they're looking forward to it. And that's what I would say to Americans. You have a president that's fighting for you.
When I told a number of people that I was talking to you today, it was interesting, though. They all said, would you please just ask her, does the president have dementia? So before I move on from that, does he?
Mark, I can't even believe you're asking me this question. That is an incredibly offensive question to ask.
But people ask it.
Wait, no. Mark, you're taking us down this rabbit hole. Let me be very clear about this. For the past several years, the president's physician has laid out in a comprehensive way the president's health. This is a president, if you watch him every day, if you really pay attention to his record and what he has done, you will see exactly how focused he's been on the American people, how historic his actions has been. And so I'm not even going to truly, really, take the premise of your question. I think it is incredibly insulting, and so we can move on to the next question.
Gas prices and grocery prices, then, big topics here in North Carolina. How does Mr. Biden win votes when people don't have as much disposable income?
Look, the president understands. He grew up in a middle-class family, working-class family in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He gets it. He understands how difficult it is for Americans who are sitting around their kitchen table every month trying to figure out what they're going to pay for. You have to remember, when the president walked into this administration, there were multiple crises happening. There was COVID. There was the economy was in the tailspin because of the last administration, because of what the President Trump left us with. Now you're asking me about gas prices. The president took action on gas prices. Let's not forget, Russia's invasion on Ukraine skyrocketed prices of gas. And because the president took action, we are in a different place than we were a year ago on gas prices. Eggs, milk, seafood products, all the important groceries, those costs have gone down because of what this president has been able to do. And with that, thank you so much, Mark. Have an amazing, amazing day.
Wow.
And she hung up.
Wow. I mean, Mark, listen, I am nominating you to get a press corps badge, and you need to go to the White House. I'm sorry, but you asked 3-4 incredibly salient, important questions that are all front of mind, nothing out of bounds, no baba-booeying or anything like that, right? And you did it exactly right on. And I don't understand the fragility of this person. I mean,
no. And what's interesting is the answer to the question about does he have dementia, she referred me to the annual medical reports.
Right.
As if that would clear it up. Well, I went and looked them up. Nowhere in those reports does it talk about his mental state. It talks about his heartburn, his heart, his lungs, his gout or whatever, but it doesn't talk about his mental acuity at all.
Yeah, it's. I mean, to pretend that people are not seeing things and saying things about this is a fundamentally dishonest sort of an approach there.
Yeah.
I also thought it was very interesting the way she ran from the issue of inflation, claiming that we had COVID. Okay, we understand we had COVID. It was $1.80 a gallon during COVID. I mean, people weren't driving around. But this idea of it's the Russians, it's all this other stuff. No, it's the spending that he has pushed out there, and it's profligate. I mean, it's unbelievable what we've seen here. In summation on this, I mean, look, I think it was a tremendous interview. I thought you got right to the heart of it. Obviously, it was longer than this, but we have a limited window of time here. But I thought you hit a home run, Mark, 100%, and she just couldn't take the heat coming in. So that's unfortunate, I guess.
Well, I had a couple of emails from people going, why would you ask her if he has dementia? That's out of bounds. But you know what? I had never heard it asked directly of her.
Yep.
They've talked about his mental condition, but I thought, and when I told her that a number of people did, in fact, want me to ask that question, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the fact that nearly half the Democrats in the state in a recent poll are worried about his mental state, wow, that's a pretty significant issue.
It is. It's not out of bounds at all. We are the American people. You are the press, and you have every right to ask anything that's connected to this presidency or anybody on his staff. You can ask that question all day long.
Anyway, and I don't want to. Well, maybe choose my words. I was just thinking, anyway. But I just, look, I mean, Putin's kleptocracy, yeah. It was in January, after being elected. The late January, early February. He said, it's not, we lead, not just, well, I won't go into it. Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. Here's what you can do, the drivers. For two reasons. One, it's an impact the decades been making, because inaction was there was inaction with the Department of from Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa. The best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway, the idea that and Joan Shingang, I'm going to pronounce it right, Shanga. But there's there to be beginning this effort and I want you to know that I want to thank you as well for. But the nature, not and I'll go ahead and hold shrine. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. Look, a solid meeting with the Los Angeles and what am I doing here? From the excuse me, they also increase corporate growth. They make a very good point. Here's the deal. $159 billion less. My plan is to make concrete concrete. I know President, excuse me, the leading tech companies like Anthropic, and I'm going to mispronounce. I'm not going to try. The beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. By the end of a governing crisis, it's time to end these constant. Anyway, it'll be good because that's why we can't let. We cannot let this election be one where the same man who was president 4 years ago. I'll never forget. Well, I won't go into that. Anyway, I just think that Florida Small Business Winner Award winner, Business Week winner. Now, he doesn't involve our institution. About the former Prime Minister. Like to take baths up that. Anyway, overruled to reinstate the 32nd freestanding, have 30 free. I'll just follow my orders here.
Kujichagulia.